Last Saturday in San Francisco, the 49ers and the Dallas Cowboys met in postseason play for the third straight year, and it's getting to be a habit, Tom.
It sure is, and a bad habit for San Francisco, Al. Dick Nolan's 49ers were trying to end the Cowboys' domination that had seen the first two of those games go to Dallas in the 70 and 71 NFC championship games.
Candlestick Park in San Francisco was the site of a rematch between the 49ers and the Cowboys. On Thanksgiving Day, San Francisco had beaten Dallas 31-10, but there was much more at stake in this game, as both teams hoped to grab the first nugget on the way to the Super Bowl goal. The 49ers qualified for the playoffs on John Brody's 2 last-period touchdown passes on the regular season's last date. This is typical of their air-oriented attack, as combined, he and backup Steve Spurrier threw the most touchdown passes in the NFL. Although Dallas's Craig Morton set a team record for completions in a season, and he has super snatchers in Ron Sellers, Billy Parks, Lance Allworth, and Bob Hayes, the Cowboys move best on the ground, with Rayfield Wright number 70 and his line mates making room for 1,000-yarder Calvin Hill and all-purpose Walt Garrison. So it was the air-conscious San Francisco 49ers against the ground-grabbing Dallas Cowboys, as both hoped for an early Christmas gift from Cycling Santa, advancement to the conference championship game. This game was to be the highest scoring of the 4 divisional playoffs, and 7 points went up when Vic Washington fumbled, then rumbled 97 yards with the opening kickoff. Washington crossed the Dallas goal line just 17 seconds into the game, the first kickoff return for a touchdown against Dallas since 1966. For contrast, consider Cliff Harris's return of the following kickoff. He went only 1/4 as far and went down twice as hard. Dallas quarterback Craig Morton went right to the game plan, running 7 straight times, Hill carrying 6 in a row. Dallas reached the 49er 30 before stalling and calling on Tony Frick. With just 4 minutes gone, both teams had scored, and San Francisco led 7-3. Later in the first period, the 49ers were on the go again. A good fake froze number 20 Mel Renfro and enabled Gene Washington, number 18, to break by him. The play gained 52 yards, and from the Dallas 28, Brody tried the Brody to Vic Washington to John Eisenbarger to Brody to Gene Washington pass, but Charlie Waters intercepted the underthrown ball. Dallas had the first turnover, but soon committed the second when Morton slipped, tried to run, and fumbled when hit by number 43, Wendland Hall. Hall, a rookie, was starting for the injured Mel Phillips, and he was to be a critical character in the outcome of the game. Early in the second quarter, San Francisco cashed the break when Larry Schreiber busted in from the 1. Ted Kwolek signaled touchdown, and the 49ers led 14-3. On Dallas's next possession, they again turned it over. Rushed hard by the league's best sacking line, Morton underthrew, and Skip Vanderbunt, number 52, intercepted. In their earlier meeting, Vanderbunt had scored 2 touchdowns, and he was to be a burr under the Cowboys' saddle again in this game. Then, with a view from our opposite side camera, Brody hit Washington with a perfect pass, the only way to beat Mel Renfro's close coverage. From the 1, Schreiber scored his 2nd touchdown, and San Francisco led 21-3. Despite the big deficit, Dallas refused to be blown out. A field goal moved them to 6 points. And then, though a drive started ominously, they began a late first-half march. The Cowboys got another break when Hill attempted a lateral to Garrison number 32, and Lance Allworth recovered his fumble. Still another break occurred when Jimmy Johnson slipped, leaving Allworth wide open. The 28-yard touchdown pass narrowed the margin to 21-13. Though Dallas had been outplayed and had practically given San Francisco 3 touchdowns on a kickoff return and 2 turnovers inside the 20, they kept their poise. Now trailing by just 8, Dallas was still very much in the game.
All season long, Dallas has been a first-half team, often suffering from woeful letdowns in the second half, Tom.
Well, that course had run true again, Al. The Cowboys, trailing by 8 after the first half, wouldn't get a chance for a second straight Super Sunday, and their championship reign would have ended last week.
As the halftime ceremonies took place, Dallas pondered a way to break their curious habit of letting up in the second half. Indeed, down by 8, a second-half skid would cost them a chance to repeat in the Super Bowl. But things weren't any better in this game, as Morton's pass went through Billy Parks' hands right to Mr. Vanderbunt again. This turnover would again help set up a score. Though stopped on 4th down, from good field position, Jim McCann coffin cornered a punt at the 5. On the next play, Hill was racked by Charlie Kruger and fumbled. After a struggle, Winland Hall again made his presence known. To this point, the rookie had set up 1 score by forcing a fumble, and now with this recovery, he set up Schreiber's 3rd short plunge. With 20 minutes left, Dallas trailed by 15. The Cowboys needed a quick score, and Morton almost got it, but his pass was dropped as Jimmy Johnson kept close enough to disturb Bob Hayes. That was it for Morton. Tom Landry decided it was time to bring on Staubach. Injured early in the season, he had thrown just 20 passes for the year. He has been ready for quite a while now, but Landry had stuck with Morton. However, Staubach was not to be the Messiah just yet, as he showed he could still scramble but fumbled on his first series. The lost ball gave San Francisco another scoring chance off the turnover. But this time, Bruce Gossett missed a field goal from the 32. It was 3 points San Francisco would sorely miss. It was at this point that Dallas head coach Tom Landry showed his true genius. First, a great run by Hill made his play selection look good. But when stopped on 4th down, Landry did not gamble, settled for a field goal to get within less than 2 touchdowns at 28-16. With 5 minutes left, the Cowboys were stopped again as the 49ers trapped the nearly unsackable Staubach for the 4th time. Landry elected to punt and not give the ball up in close where a field goal would cinch it for the 49ers. The defense held, and trailing by 12 with 2 minutes left, Staubach went in and got a touchdown. The critical first step if Dallas was to survive the playoffs. A perfect pass to Parks, and Dallas was down by 5. Now only 90 seconds remain, and an onside kick was Dallas's only chance. San Francisco knew it, but it worked. The ball bounced off Preston Riley, and Renfro recovered. Less than a minute and a half remained for Dallas's last run at a berth in the conference championship game. As both teams watched, Staubach moved Dallas 50 yards with 3 bold strokes. First down from the 50. Staubach found no one open and scrambled for 21. First down from the 29. Staubach hit Parks with a perfect sideline pass. First down from the 10. 56 seconds left. Staubach's bullet pass past Winland Hall found Sellers and climaxed an incredible comeback. San Francisco would get the ball again but could not score. Dallas had taken the first step on a return to the Super Bowl. History had been repeated. One game before, John Brody had come in relief and pegged 2 fourth-quarter touchdown passes to put San Francisco into the playoffs. This time they were put out of it when Roger Staubach came in with all the chips on the table and threw 2 touchdown passes in the last 90 seconds. It was an unbelievable reversal of 49er fortune. They were out of it now, but the Cowboys, riding Reborn Roger, continue their quest to repeat as Super Bowl champions.
What a fantastic comeback by the Cowboys, and in particular Roger Staubach. In a great week for almost all the playoff teams, I think Roger Staubach and the Cowboys would have to be our best of the week.
I have to agree with you, Tom, and now that Staubach is back and apparently all the way back, going to be tough in this week's NFC Championship game. More interesting, if I'm not mistaken, the Cowboys have never lost a game with Roger Staubach as the starting quarterback.